No doubt the now past 2 weeks of Call of Duty World War II have opened up a lot of players to that grind mentality, and again, as we've talked about many other times in various videos going back to launch, it is something where I know a lot of people have had issues here and there, but for the most part, a lot of people have been grinding out the game, taking a look at how far they can get into multiplayer, unlocking new weapons, anything you really want to put it in that perspective for. There's been a lot of grinding for the first couple of weeks within Call of Duty World War II. I know personally, I absolutely love playing the game, I love grinding it out, and it's the first time I've had that grind mentality, as I've mentioned again, probably since like Black Ops 2 or something like that. But nonetheless, with everybody grinding out the game, there's one part in particular about all these new features, all these returning features within World War II that many people may actually overlook and that are incredibly crucial and can net you some really cool things as well along the way. That being the social score within World War II. Now, of course, that is something that makes logical sense as to why it would not be looked at completely under a microscope and trying to take a look at every individual piece to understand how the social score works and what you can end up getting and everything like that and the importance there within. But it is something in which, while everybody is having a little bit of trouble connecting to populated headquarters, commending players or something like that is the very common one that I see, which by the way you can do at the after action report in the in-game lobby, but nonetheless, it is something in which there's not really all that many opportunities outside of commending players and then doing a little bit of contracts and orders to end up ranking up your social score, so naturally not as many people will pay attention to it. However, in this one we're going to be talking today about with the return of populated headquarters and coming up in the next few days, more of them popping up left, right, and center, why you should focus on social score and what it can do for you in the long run. So while there are a lot of different theories about the importance of social score in many different ways, including some things pertaining to Michael Condry's comments about higher social score netting you better rewards in supply drops, things like that, one of the things that is an actual certainty is the ranking system and progression for the social score itself. Whereas you also have division ranking and your soldier ranking in terms of that progression and everything like that, where you can prestige divisions, you can prestige your soldier. Right now it stands, you can rank up your social score as well in a very similar fashion, and each individual rank will give you a unique reward for each level you complete. Now, while some things are a little bit more on the lesser important side here of those rewards, such as a calling card or an emote, you actually can get some very worthwhile things for ranking up your social score, including epic weapon variants, supply drops, rare supply drops, and even armory credits that will once again make it worthwhile for ranking these up. And each one progressively gets better and better as you rank up higher through your social score, with some weapon variants being thrown in the mix intermittently there, but also the armory credits and supply drops and everything like that, once again seemingly getting better as time progresses and as you progress through the ranks. Now, 2 weeks into World War II, there's actually a weapon variant you might have that you never even noticed. That being for the M1928 or the Thompson, in which you can go and check this out for yourself. Supposedly it's rank 6, I've heard some reports of rank 5, and we'll talk a little bit about that discrepancy in just a second, but if you go and take a look at your weapons for this and take a look at the M1928, you should have the Wilco variants if you are above rank 5 or 6, in which once again it is that epic variant of the 1928s, and thus will be able to reward you with 10% more XP for using it, as we saw kind of like with the XP stipend that we saw in some of the weapons within Infinite Warfare's variations. Of course, that's coming back now within the epic and the heroic variants of weapon variants in World War II, but that's not the only one that you can get from these social ranks and the progression there within. You can also get things like a Lewis variant called the Landship, a Car 98K variant called Nightmare, and other things like that, seemingly as progression moves forward. However, the 1928 is one that a lot of people may very well have without even noticing it, because that is something that is the first weapon unlock that you get for ranking up through the progression in the social score system. So check that out, see if you have it for yourself, and if so, we'll definitely grind out some more social score if you can via contracts, orders, and of course if the headquarters comes back online to be populated, just check out and hang out around in there and you'll definitely net yourself some more XP for that social score as well too. But coming back to that idea of some rank discrepancies, this is where it comes into play now, and we're going to detail the full list of everything that I've found through some research and gathering other people's mentions of what they've gotten for rewards at different ranks in just a second as well too. But supposedly this is something that isn't necessarily fixed for everyone because there are conflicting reports on various different things. So right now this list itself might not be the most accurate, but it does give you a nice representation of what kind of things you can in fact expect for ranking up your divisions themselves. So from what I've gathered across this list, let's jump right into it. Rank 1 you obviously start out at, so there's no reward there for that, but once you get to rank 2 you get some Armory credits, either in the increments of 250 or 500 Armory credits. That's again one of those discrepancies where I've seen some things for and against one or the other, but rank 3 nets you a calling card, rank 4 supposedly nets you a supply drop, rank 5 gives you 1000 Armory credits, rank 6 gives you that 1928 weapon variant, the Wilco that we already mentioned, that you very well may have once again, and then moving on to rank 7, that'll give you another calling card. Rank 8 should give you an emote apparently, rank 9 should give you a supply drop, rank 10 will give you that Lewis variant of the land ship, something that personally I haven't gotten to just yet, but some people very well may have gotten there already. Rank 11 and 12 supposedly give you a supply drop and a rare supply drop. Rank 13 will give you a calling card called Salutations. Rank 14 supposedly gives you a rare supply drop. Rank 15 is one that you guys definitely want to hit though, because from multiple different reports I've heard about this, it gives you 10,000 Armory credits. So that is a lot that you can definitely use towards one of the collections, and especially since a lot of the collection second highest rewards here for this are right on that 8,000 credit range, that's something you can definitely chip away very nicely just for ranking up here with this. Now at rank 16, that's supposedly when the Car 98K variant, the Nightmare, comes into play and you can unlock that for free. And then 17 is the final one that I was able to detail, in which that was supposedly once again a rare supply drop. So as for higher ranks, there of course will be different things, and I'm not entirely sure if anybody's gotten to a max rank yet in social score, simply because of the bugs and everything like that with HQ and the lack thereof outside of a populated headquarters of getting your social score updated and ranking up through that more outside of orders, contracts, division prestige, and prestige itself, things like that. We don't know exactly just yet anything too much higher than that, but it is something that very well may happen shortly as the HQ is starting to become populated for more people, as these server updates and everything like that start to roll out even further than they have been in the past couple of days. So that said, this is a great way to get a ton of free stuff just for simply playing the game, interacting with the community a little bit like that, and of course netting you some awesome things, even further perhaps in supply drops with weapon variants that you can unlock via the Armory credits you get and everything like that. But nonetheless, I think that this is an awesome thing that we have really yet to scratch the surface on, simply because of the errors and how much everybody is focused on ranking up their divisions, ranking up their actual player and character, and things like that. This has kind of been pushed to the wayside a little bit, in which not many people have looked too far into it, but it definitely is worth checking out, especially whenever you take a look at some of the things you can totally get for just literally hanging around. So I'd definitely take a supply drop, a rare supply drop, 10,000 Armory credits even, and of course having those epic weapons that you can use to not only net yourself more XP, but also just weapon variants for literally free. That's something that I think is absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, once again, detailing as time goes by further, we'll see if there is that max rank, what these higher ones are, how many other variants are obtained for free just by ranking up and everything like that. We'll know more and more as time progresses and all these things start to come back in their full forms. But for the time being, once again, take this list that we mentioned about how to get these things free and at what rank, take that almost as a sort of guideline and nothing that is confirmed, because once again, these sort of conflicting reports can have some sort of effect. I don't want to say set in stone like you'll totally get this at rank 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it's slightly off by a rank or two. So bear in mind it is possible that it does change for other players, but for the most part, this is what I've seen more so as a solid guideline and basis for that. But nonetheless, that is where we're gonna wrap it up. So case in point, make sure you check out Social Score, even though you might not actively think about it all that much. It is something that is still, once again, that sort of thing that's been pushed to the wayside, but still definitely holds some results and rewards that are definitely worth ranking that up just for hanging around with the community a little bit within headquarters and doing some different challenges here and there as well too. So that said, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. Have you guys noticed any of these rewards for yourselves? Have you guys not noticed them? Do you guys want to go for them now that you know about them? Whatever it may be, let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. And of course, which reward is your favorite out of the ones we detailed already? Love to get your thoughts and feedback on those, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay up to date with everything we have here regarding Call of Duty World War II. We're gonna be killing it with the content coming up. Anything regarding tips, tricks, news, leaks, best class setups, underrated, overpowered weapons, things like that. If any of it interests you, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you do not miss a single thing. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that's the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on Twitter, so if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said, out of the way, hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.